Good afternoon, grade 9. So this video is all about solving the quadratic equation given its roots. So how to find the quadratic equation given its roots. Okay, one example is two integers. The solutions are two integers, and then the second one is all about fractions. And then the last one is all about solutions involving radicals. So, so the standard form of quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now, this is equivalent to the equation x squared plus b over ex plus c over a equal to 0. So that is dividing all the terms of the standard form of the equation by the variable a. Okay, so next is, we know that the sum of the roots is simply the negative b over a. So if we already know what is negative b over a, just simply get the opposite. The opposite of negative b over a is simply the b over a. Then the other one is the product of the roots is simply c over a. Then after getting the sum of the roots and the product of the roots, just simply substitute here. You get the opposite, then substitute to b over a. The other one is just substitute to c over a, whatever be the product of the roots. Okay, so for example, the roots of the quadratic equation are 3 and negative 8. So we just simply get the negative b over a. So this is what you call the sum of the roots. Now, what are the two roots? 3 and negative 8. Just simply get the sum. So 3 plus negative 8. So since the two integers are unlike, then just simply subtract and then get the sign of the number with the greater absolute value. So the answer here is negative 5. Now if we get the opposite of negative 5, that is equal to 5. So your b over a is equal to 5. Next is, we find the product of the roots. The product of the roots is simply equal to c over a. So c over a is equal to the product. So 3 times negative 8. So what is 3 times negative 8? That is equal to negative 24. Okay, just simply substitute these two, 5 and negative 24, to the equation x squared plus b over ex plus c over a equal to 0. So just simply copy x squared plus b over a is equal to 5. So this is now equal to 5x. Then c over a is negative 24. So replace this by negative 24 equal to 0. So this is now the quadratic equation whose roots are 3 and negative 8. Okay, so the second example is all about fractions. When the roots are fractions, so again, use the sum and product of the roots. Okay, the sum is simply negative b over a is equal to 1/2. Sum of the roots is add. You add the two roots, 2 over 3. Now you change them into similar fractions, since the two fractions are dissimilar, you cannot add the two fractions. So get the LCD of the denominator, 2 and 3, the LCD is 6. So change both to similar fractions. Okay, whose denominator is 6. 6 divided by 2, 3, times 1 equal to 3. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2, times 2 is equal to 4. So your negative b over a is equal to 7 over 6. So when you add two similar fractions, just simply add the numerator and then just copy the same denominator. Now, so since that is negative b over a, your b over a is equal to the opposite of this. If you multiply this by negative, it becomes b over a. So therefore, if you multiply this by negative, it becomes negative 7 over 6. Okay, so the other one is simply the product of the roots of the quadratic equation. Okay, so the formula for the product of the roots is again c over a. C over a. C over a is equal to product, just simply multiply these two roots, 1/2 times 2/3. So what is the product? Okay, you may apply cancellation first before you multiply. So that is the rule when you multiply fractions. So what's the product? 1 times 1 equal to 1. Then 1 times 3 equal to 3. So the product is 1/3. Then substitute this to the equation. X squared plus b over ex plus c over a. So x squared plus b over ex plus c over a equal to 0. So the equation now is copy x squared, b over a, replace it by negative 7 over 6. So x, then what's the value of c over a? 1/3. So plus 1/3 equal to 0. Then multiply all the terms by the LCD of 6 and 3, so which is equal to 6. So our final answer is now equal to 6x squared. So multiply this by 6. Multiply this by 6, you just simply cancel 6. So the result is negative 7x minus 7x. So if we multiply 1/3 by 6, we cancel 3. So the result is equal to 2. So plus 2 equal to 0. So this is now the quadratic equation whose roots are 1/2 and 2 over 3. Okay, so next is 4 plus square root of 3 and 4 minus square root of 3. So the sum of the roots is negative b over a. So just simply add 4 plus square root of 3, then added to 4 plus 4 minus square root of 3. So this is now equal to add the real part or the integer part, so that is 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, while the irrational part are conjugates. So 1 is plus, 1 is minus, the sum of that is equal to 0. So your negative b over a is equal to 8. So if negative b over a is equal to 8, the b over a is simply the opposite of 8, which is equal to negative 8. Okay, another is the product of the roots of the quadratic equation is c over a, which is equal to 4 plus square root of 3 then times 4 minus square root of 3. Since these two binomials are sum and difference of two terms, then when you multiply sum and difference of two terms, you just simply multiply the first terms. Okay, so 4 times 4 is equal to 16, and only multiply the last terms. Square root of 3 times negative square root of 3 is simply equal to square root of 9, or simply equal to 3. So this is minus 3, so equal to 13. So the quadratic equation that represents 4 plus square root of 3 and 4 minus square root of 3 is simply, okay, we will copy x squared plus b over ex plus c over a equal to 0. So the equation is simply x squared minus 8x plus 13 equal to 0. So this is now our answer for number 3. Number 2, the answer is 6x squared minus 7x plus 2. Then the first one is x squared plus 5x minus 24 equal to 0. Okay, hope na intindihan nyo grade 9. So pwede na kayong mag-solve ng other examples using two integers, using two fractions, and then using radicals. Okay, bye. Grade 9. So study hard for your exam.